just want to show you guys my pants because they are freaking awesome. So freaking comfy. Hey lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. I really wanted to film outside today because it's a gorgeous day and the lighting's probably not the best. My eyebrows do this really weird thing when the sun's shining in my face, but it's a gorgeous day and I decided I would film outside. So this video is all about the pros and cons of dreadlocks. So for anyone who is considering getting dreadlocks, or maybe you've just put them in but you're not sure whether you want to keep them or not, this video is for you. And I will also be doing another video on the pros and cons of synthetic dreadlocks versus human hair dreadlocks. At the moment I have human hair extensions in, and prior to this I made some videos about adding in synthetic extensions, and I wore those ones for about 10 days and I've had these ones in since. It's been about a month. And so I thought I'd do a pros and cons video on that as well, so that is to come. So I've just got a little list written down on my phone of all the pros and the cons. For me, definitely more pros, but I am going to go through them both because I do still have some cons, but I feel like the pros outweigh them. So my first pro is that I don't have to brush my hair. I absolutely hated brushing my hair. My hair would knot up like crazy, especially in this back section where I sleep, and so brushing my hair every day, a couple times a day, was just a mission. So definitely a pro for me not having to brush my hair. And saying that though, it's kind of a downside not being able to brush, because sometimes when there is no knots and it's feeling really good, it's nice to feel the bristles against your scalp, like a bit of a scalp massage. I do kind of miss that, can't do that anymore, but again, it's still better than having to brush my hair every day. Another pro for me is not having to wash my hair as often. I only really washed my hair about once a week anyway because I had really fine, thin hair, so it was quite sparse around my head. There wasn't very much of it, and really thin hair, so it didn't get greasy too often, so I didn't need to wash as often. And now I wash my hair maybe once a fortnight, maybe once every 10 days, just with a residue-free shampoo, and that's basically whenever my scalp just needs a bit of refreshing. I don't really wash the dreads as such. I just let the shampoo sort of run its way down the ends. At the moment I'm trying to fade this colour out, so I am scrubbing my dreads, but generally as a rule I just concentrate on my scalp, make sure I get in everywhere, all in behind my ears and underneath, and just give that a good rub to get off any dandruff or dry skin or anything like that. A con is having to separate your dreads. So by that I mean, here's a perfect example. You have to pull them apart right at the root, otherwise they're going to start matting together and you're going to end up with a lot of congos and you're going to have like one single dread. So that can really hurt. It pulls on the hair at the scalp, so you sort of have to do it. I try to do it once a day, just because like now sitting outside in the wind is going to make my loose hairs sticking out of my dreads try and dread into the other one, and sleeping and that sort of thing is also going to make it knot up. So yeah, I try and separate once a day, and I separate after I wash it as well. So a pro is being able to decorate them. So as you can probably tell, I've got a few decorations in here, and I'm going to make another video soon on how I decorated them. So for now I'm not going to show you anything specific, but definitely a pro for me is being able to put decorations in my hair like the beads, and I had a couple wraps in recently, and just being able to decorate them and look pretty. A con on the decorations though is some of them get stuck. So like this one here is just a little charm. It's, I don't know if you can see very well, it's like hands holding a little marble, and the marble sort of spins, but this has got like heaps of tiny little sharp points, so I noticed that that catches on some of my other dreads or my clothes, and it kind of pulls, or it pulls the decoration out of my hair. So that's a bit of a con, but I can suck it up. Another pro is that they are super easy to style. I can basically style my hair just like I used to when I had regular hair, except now I find that it's a lot easier because my hair's already sectioned. So if I'm doing like a half up, half down sort of style, it's super easy. I am going to make another video on some dreadlock hairstyles because I think that'll be awesome. Yeah, super easy to style. My favourite is doing just like a top bun, or like a pineapple, so I just pull them all up and wrap something around them and then just let them fall loosely. Another con is the washing, so not so much the washing but like the drying portion of that whole process. They take forever to dry. Usually I wash my hair in the morning and then I do it on a day like today where the sun's shining and I know it's going to be nice all day, and I just let my hair naturally dry in the sun and the wind. I feel like that's better. I mentioned that in a previous video as well, just about how I let it naturally dry, and yeah, but it takes me like 4 or 5 hours. It probably doesn't seem like a very long time to most other dreadheads, especially people with mature dreads, because their hair would soak up a lot more moisture than what mine do. It feels like a long time definitely to wait for your hair to dry. You can't go to bed with wet dreads, otherwise you'll get mildew. I mentioned that in my video too. Another pro is that they smell amazing. I can use essential oils and like things like that, and there's so many different variations of scents that you can get. At the moment they kind of smell like nag champa, which is one of my favourites, but they could be lavender, lime, tea tree, anything. There's so many flavours. You can, sorry, I just realised my phone's shining on my neck. You could even use like a couple drops of vanilla essence in with your salt water spray and you would smell kind of like cookies, which I think I'm actually going to try now that I've thought about that. So yeah, they smell amazing. Okay, another con is that it is kind of hard to sleep with them because my hair's, imagine like if you tied heaps of rubber bands around lots of little sections and just left it as loose hair, you'd be sort of lying on all those little bands. I don't have rubber bands in my dreads, but just so you can get a rough idea of how it feels, like it's really bulky. So I normally like grab all of them and flip them right up on top of my head and I sleep like that. Just way easier. You can also get a dread sock, so it's like a tube and it's got holes on both ends, and basically you feed it over your dreads and then you can just sort of sit it on top of your head, keep them out of the way, and that's a really good alternative. You can, if you don't have money to buy them like me, I'm broke as, you can just get like an old t-shirt or an old pair of tights. Cotton is probably good. Just take the leg or the sleeve off your clothes and use that as your dread sock. I don't even bother, I just flick it up. I don't even tie it, I just flick it up, lay it on the pillow and go to sleep. My phone's gonna die. Okay, so another pro is that the ugly stage doesn't last long. Mine is still only a couple months old, so I have got like a lot of loose hair and flyaways and stuff, but I actually sort of sit there and like mess it up. I love the messy look. I like them looking big and full and just ridiculous. It's windy, so I have to keep my fringe out of my face. But yeah, I love the big look. So, but for people who are a little bit self-conscious about the flyaways and that sort of thing, I promise you it doesn't last long. Mine have changed so much in the last couple of months already. I think I did them in June, so we're in October now, so that's 1, 2, 3 months. Math, brain can't function. But yeah, and they've changed so much, so don't worry about the ugly stage. I promise you it doesn't last long. In saying that though, a con is the ugly stage. So it is there, it is present. Your dreads will do the exact opposite of what you want them to do for the most part, but it doesn't last, I promise. So another con is that they are really hot and heavy. Like a day like today, it kind of feels like I have a scarf around my neck. I could have a scarf if I wanted. That's another pro. So yeah, I would just sort of tie them up off my face, or just flick them around the back, so they can get a little bit warm, especially in the summer. And they are kind of heavier than normal hair, because when like you lose about 100 hairs a day, so for a person who doesn't have dreads, their hair will just shed and it will go back into the universe, whereas me and other people with dreads, our hair falls out and it falls into our dreads, so that's why they start getting thicker and fatter over time, and that also means that it adds to the weight. You wouldn't think that hair weighs that much, but it actually does. So yeah, a little bit heavy, but it's one of those things. Another pro is that it is super easy to colour. I know my previous videos didn't really do me any justice. One of them was a bit of a fail, the colour didn't even turn out, and the next time I did this purple, but I had the bright blue synthetic extensions in, so it definitely didn't match, which is why I've changed. But that was for the purpose of showing you how to colour your hair. But yeah, super easy. As I said, my hair's already sectioned, so I literally just pick up a dread, colour around the root, rub the colour down the end, make sure I go all over, get that colour really in there. Yeah, super easy, way easier than normal hair. And even if I was doing different colours, I would just pick out the couple dreads. That I wanted a different colour, and yeah, easy as. A con is that I can't run my hands through my hair anymore. I love touching my hair, I'm always doing it, but that's, yeah, as I say in another video, that's why I've left my fringe out, so I can still kind of run my hands through. I do kind of miss that, so that's a con, but you could always just get partial dreads. I actually did partial dreads for the first month. I just had 10 underneath and left all the hair on top loose, and that was good. Separating was a pain. Yeah, it was still good. I felt very feminine. My hair was a bit thicker underneath, which made the top a bit thicker. It stuck it out a bit more. And yeah, that was really cool. But then I decided, what the heck, I'll do my whole hair, and yeah, I definitely don't regret it. So I have one last con, and I don't think this is actually specifically to do with dreadlocks. I think it's just long hair in general. My hair is naturally sort of like shoulder length, but it always feels like there's spiders on my arm or bugs crawling on me or something like that. So that's my flatmate. That's one thing I noticed with the long dreadlocks as opposed to my normal length, but I feel like that goes for any long hair, whether it's dreaded or not. And my last pro for you guys is that dreads are super easy to extend, like adding extensions in. Back in the day with my normal hair, I used to wear like clip-in extensions, or I've tried the loop-in ones, anything like that, and although they do work and they do look nice providing they're put in properly, still a mission and not often permanent. You have to take them out after like a month or so when your hair's growing. Whereas with my dreads, my hair stops about there, and the rest is extensions, and they are dreaded into my hair, like they are not going anywhere, they are in, and I can leave these in until I get sick of them. I'll probably take them out when the colour fades on my natural hair, and then I can put in some different ones and change the colour. And I don't know if you can still tell, but I still have some little blue streaks of the synthetic extensions. I didn't do that very well, so if I do take them out, I'll have to use tweezers to pull all those little hairs out. But yeah, super easy to extend and make longer, and I love the long dreads. I think they're awesome. I just have one more pro for you guys. As I said, I have way more pros than cons, is just that they look awesome. For anybody wondering why I dreaded my hair, I don't know if I even mentioned this. Got the puppy behind me. The reason I got dreads is because I think they look absolutely amazing. I absolutely love them. That's literally the only reason, is because I think they look awesome. And what you doing, Riley? She came to say hi. Ooh, hi, baby. So yeah, that pretty much sums up my pros and cons video. So if you are thinking about getting dreadlocks and aren't sure, I would recommend maybe just getting partial dreadlocks, a few in the bottom or wherever you want them really. And sorry, the dog's like knocking my camera. So if you aren't sure about getting dreadlocks, or you have them and you're not sure whether you want to keep them, I would 100% recommend that you stick it out and keep them. You can always brush them out if you change your mind later on, but I promise you they will change so quickly if you don't pay attention. You know, like, don't look in the mirror every day, don't pay attention to all the little flyaways and that sort of thing, then I promise they'll change quicker than anything. You won't even notice until like a month down the track, and you're like, oh wow, I actually have dreads. So yeah, definitely stick it out if you've already put them in, and if you haven't already put them in but you're not sure whether you want them, then I would definitely recommend just partial dreads in the bottom. Give that a go and see how you like it, or just put a couple sort of wherever you feel like you want them, and remember to separate it from your loose hair, because that will be a major problem. Your dread will suck up all of your loose hair. And yeah, just see how you like it. Like I say, I try and post every week, and I've recently been getting into doing some more makeup and that sort of thing, so you can probably expect to see some more makeup tutorials, or not necessarily tutorials, just like challenges, or me doing my makeup for fun. And if you don't already know, I got that tattoo gun and I've been practicing my tattooing, so that's definitely going to be something I add to my channel. And yeah, still making these dreadlock videos and showing you guys my progress. So yeah, that pretty much sums up my pros and cons video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and hit that little notifications button so you know when I post new content. Yeah, I guess that's it. I will see you guys later. Bye. Hello lovelies. That's creepy. So the first pro would be that, what would the first pro be?